Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitabugHandmaids.com, and thank you so much for joining me today for my November Club Quitabug projects. I'm so excited to share this month's projects with you. I think you guys are going to absolutely love them. Don't forget to stay tuned to the end of the video because I have another fabulous giveaway for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this month's featured stamp set is Peace This Christmas. This is a really great set. You can do quite a bit with it, and I think you guys are going to enjoy what we'll be doing with this stamp set. This is actually from our holiday catalog. The ink colors that you will need this month, I chose some of our Stampin' Write markers, and the reason I chose these is because for the first time you can actually buy them in a combo, and I thought that was awesome. So in the holiday catalog you can get this combo, which comes with Cherry Cobbler and Garden Green, and then you can get this combo pack, which comes with Real Red and Crumb Cake. You won't need the Real Red, but we will be using these three: the Garden Green, the Crumb Cake, and the Cherry Cobbler. So with the purchase of the markers and the stamp set, that puts you at $32. Remember to be a Club Quitabug member any month. You just have to spend a minimum of $35 in my online store. So I would suggest adding to this a package of Stampin' Dimensionals, and this will get you at $36, and you would be a club member for the month of November. All you have to be sure to do is make sure when you place your order that you do use the hostess code for that month. I have placed the hostess code on the video, and it's also listed below the video in the description notes. So these are my recommended supplies, but remember, you can get whatever you want. You're not required to get any specific products. It's up to you guys. That's the beauty of Club Quitabug. Just know that the projects this month are featured around the Peace This Christmas stamp set. Okay, so once you place your minimum $35 order before tax and shipping in my online store using the hostess code for this month, you will receive a project kit in the mail from me that will look something like this. It will have all of the supplies that you need to complete this month's kit. If you are a new Club Quitabug member, in addition to your kit, you will also receive from me a holiday catalog. You'll receive Quitabug coupons, and these are exclusive coupons that I offer to my customers. And there's a coupon for every month of the year. And you will also receive a wish list. Now let me share the three projects that we're going to be making this month. This is card number 1. I love this card. I think it's beautiful. I like that it has a very traditional Christmas look to it. I love this card. And you guys are going to enjoy stamping using the markers. I thought it was really, really fun. Here's card number 2. This card is just gorgeous. I love the clean white background with the pop of the red and the green. It's just a beautiful card. And then here's card number 3. Again, just a gorgeous, clean, simple look, but you've got this pop of silver in the back with the silver foil that's been embossed for you guys. I love this card. So here are our 3 projects this month. I hope you guys are excited about these projects. I think you're gonna love them. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're gonna make card number 1. All right, let's go ahead and take out our supplies from our club package here. Try to package everything nice and neat for you guys. Okay, so this is card number 3. Here are the supplies for card number 2, and then here are the supplies for card number 1. Then you've got 3 Whisper White envelopes included in your kit, and then you've also got a full color PDF that has the project measurements as well as all of the supplies that I used to create these projects in case you want to order more materials. Okay, for card number 1, we're going to start by doing some stamping. So I've got this Whisper White square that comes in the kit, and I'm going to take the sentiment that said, "May all of your Christmas wishes come true," and we're going to ink that up with the Crumb Cake Stampin' Write marker. And I'm just turning the brush tip side on its side, and I'm just going to brush this over my stamp here, and I'm trying to be sure to get everything inked up. Okay, I think I got it all inked up. And I'm going to stamp this at the bottom of my square. So I'm just going to line it up down here at the very bottom. And then I'm going to press and hold to allow my ink to absorb. There we go. So here's my stamped image so far. Looks good. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit more to this piece. So I'm bringing in one of the floral images from the stamp set, this one right here, and we're going to get this one inked up. And we're actually using all 3 ink colors for this one. So I'm going to start with, let's see, I think I'll start with the cherry cobbler. No, the crumb cake first. So for the crumb cake, I'm just going to ink this little piece right here and then these little bitty stems on the berries. So just ink that up. Ink up those little stems. And, you know, it's okay if this isn't perfect. It is not going to be exact because this is really tiny. I'm just trying my best here, but it's okay if it's not perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to use the garden green for this piece right here. And this piece right here. And these leaves. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the cherry cobbler and I'm going to ink the whole flower here. And then I'm going to ink the little berries. Okay, so when you're finished, you'll have something that looks like this on your stamp, and we're just gonna blow on the stamp in order to re-moisten all of that ink. There we go. And now I want to stamp this at the top here of my sentiment, and I'm just gonna again press and hold to allow the ink to absorb. There we go. Oh wow, that actually turned out better than my sample. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I mean, it's not perfect. You can see some of the colors overlapped, but it's okay. I love it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added my white square to my scalloped cherry cobbler square, and I just used my fast fuse to do that. And now I'm going to take this cherry cobbler piece and I'm going to add my designer paper on top. Hopefully I don't run out of fast fuse right now, because I am low. Okay, so I'll add this on top. And remember, all of the measurements for these different layers are listed out on your PDF included in your club package. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over, add a little bit of fast fuse to both sides. And in your kit, you've got some cherry cobbler taffeta ribbon. You've got 12 inches here. You want to cut off 8 inches. So I'm just going to line this up down here, my ruler. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut my ribbon. I've got 8 inches here and I've got 4 inches here. And what I'm going to do is this 8-inch piece, I am going to lay this across this layer in the center and just wrap it around and adhere it down. I think that looks good. Okay, perfect. Now we can add this layer onto the front of our card. Got that layer added on. Then we're going to add this layer on right here using dimensionals. Alrighty, I've got my dimensionals on, And I'm just gonna put this on closer to the right side. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to take my 4 inches of that taffeta ribbon that I have left. I'm just gonna slip it under, pull it through, and then just pull it into a simple knot, just like that. And now with my scissors, I'm just going to angle my ends here, cut them off at an angle. There we go. Okay, and to finish off this card, included in your club package, there are some metallic enamel shapes. So just take that little sheet out, and we are just going to add a large one here. These are the silver. We're gonna add a large one right here. And then I'm going to do, whoopsies, a small one. Another small one, another large one, and then these things are going everywhere. And then another small one right here. Okay, and that finishes up card number 1. Bring back my original. Such a gorgeous card, love it. Now let's go on to card number 2. All right, so I've taken out all of the supplies for card number 2, and I'm just going to grab this die cut circle, and I've already mounted the Peace, Joy, and Love stamp from the stamp set, and we're going to use the Cherry Cobbler and the Garden Green Stamp and Write marker this time, and I'm going to start by inking up Peace in red, Love in the Cherry Cobbler, and then I'm going to do Joy and the ampersand sign in the Garden Green. All right, so I've got that all inked up in the Garden Green and the Cherry Cobbler, and now I'm just gonna blow on my image to re-moisten the ink. Okay. Alrighty, and then I want to center this and stamp it down. There we go. Peace, joy, and love. I like it. Okay, so let's set this to the side for just a second so it can dry. I'm gonna bring in my card base. And again, this is Whisper White Thick, so I've already scored it for you guys just to make it easier for you. This piece of Whisper White is already embossed for you. So we're going to add this onto the front, but we're gonna add it on using dimensionals. Okay, I'm just taking off these backings. There we go. And now we can add this onto the front of our card in the center. There we go. So the next thing, I've die cut some different leaves and things here for you guys. So let's see, I'm just gonna kind of lay these where I think I want them. That one right about there. So I'm gonna add these pieces on using Fast Fuse. So I've got all of those pieces added on. Now I'm going to add my circle on with dimensionals as well. Okay, so I've got my dimensionals on the back of my circle here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add this, right about there. I think that looks great. Love it. Okay, and the last step for this card is, again, bring in your enamel shapes. And we're going to add these last 3 small dots here. I'm going to put one right here. Let's see if I can pick this one up. Let's see. Okay, there we go, and that finishes card number 2. So here's the original and here's the one I just made. Love it. This card is my favorite. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's go on to our last card, card number 3. Okay, so I've got all of my materials for card number 3 ready, and we're gonna go ahead and do some stamping on this layer right here. And we're gonna stamp the peace, joy, and love sentiment again, and then we're using this floral image and then this sort of acorny leaf image. All right, so we're going to ink the sentiment up using the crumb cake. We're just going to ink this entire greeting here. Be sure to cover all the parts of the stamp. Okay. Once you've got that all inked up, moisten that ink, and then we're going to stamp this greeting in the center of our label here. Press and hold for the ink to absorb. Perfect. All right, so we've got that stamped. Now what we're going to do is take that little leafy acorny thing, I don't know what this is exactly, but take that and let's ink that up in the crumb cake ink as well. And we're going to stamp this little guy, just right off the edge here. Press and hold, just like that. Okay, now let's bring in that floral image, and we're going to use the cherry cobbler on the little berries. Okay, then we'll add the garden green to the leaves. And then we'll color the rest with the crumb cake. Okay, so again, this doesn't have to be perfect, it's okay. Now we're just gonna blow on this, and I'm gonna turn it to where the berries are facing inward, and this is gonna kind of stamp off the edge a little bit, but I'm just gonna stamp it down here in this bottom right-hand corner. We're not gonna get the whole image, and that's okay. Just press and hold, lift up. Oh, gorgeous, love it. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe that off of my work surface. Now we're going to re-ink this stamp the exact same way again. Okay, so I've got my stamp re-inked again. So now I'm just gonna blow on this, get that moistened, and I'm gonna rotate this around. I wanna stamp with the berries going inward again, but coming up from this corner. And I'm gonna press and hold, let that ink absorb. There we go. Okay, So that finishes up our stamping. So now we can start assembling this card. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in my pieces here. Again, we've got Whisper White card base. This is the thick Whisper White, so I've gone ahead and scored it for you. This layer I have embossed for you already using the Holly Textured Impressions embossing folder. And we've got that beautiful silver foil, love it. Just go ahead and add some adhesive all the way around just to be sure your embossed layer stays down. And even put a little in the center. There we go. I love how this foil looks when it's embossed. It's just gorgeous. Just add that. Okay, then you've got a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock. We're just gonna add this across the center of the card, but towards the bottom, right about here, and it's gonna go all the way from edge to edge. Perfect, there we go. Add that right on. Alrighty, now we can add our stamped layer to the center of our card. So I'm gonna put it to the in the center, but towards the bottom. So sort of like that. And again, we're using dimensionals. Okay, so I'm just taking off the backings of my dimensionals. There we go. Oh, I missed one. All right, and then we'll just add this to the center. Let's see, right about okay, I think that looks good. Give it a press. Okay, perfect. Now you've got 12 inches of cherry cobbler baker's twine here. So I'm just gonna double this twine over. Okay, double it over just like that. And we're just gonna tie this in a little bow. So make a loop, wrap it around, and then you wanna pull it through just like that. And then from here, just adjust your tails. Alrighty, so I've got my bow tied, and now what I'm going to do is take my scissors and cut this little loop here, and I'm just gonna trim down my tails. Let's see, like that. I think that looks good. And then we'll just add this little bow on right about there on the front of the card, and I'm just going to use a glue dot to do that. So I'm just going to roll this glue dot up. Okay, just like that. And you know what, I'll stick it onto the bow here. And let's see, I want it right about there. Okay, there we go. And then the last and final step is to add one more of these enamel shapes, and I'm just gonna put this one right there. And you know what, you could use this last one. Let's just go ahead and add this last one right here. I didn't do that on my original, but you've got another one. There we go. And that finishes card number 3. So let me just bring in the original, and there you go. I love this card. All right, so I hope you guys have enjoyed my November Club Quitabug projects. I think these cards are beautiful and they were super, super fun to create. So I hope you'll join me again this month and be a Club Quitabug member. All you have to do is place a minimum $35 order in my online Stampin' Up! Store using the hostess code that I have listed here on the screen. It's also below the video in the description notes. And you will receive your free club package from me in the mail. And as one more additional bonus for being a club member, you will also receive an exclusive video from me at the end of the month that features the Piece This Christmas stamp set. If you have any questions about Club Quitabug, please, please, please leave me an email at quitabughandmaids@gmail.com, or you could post a comment right here on this video and I will get back with you. All right, now let's talk about that giveaway. All right, so I am giving away a Holly Textured Impressions embossing folder. We used this embossing folder in the kit for card number 3, and I'm also giving away a package of metallic foil doilies. So how do you enter to win this awesome giveaway? All you have to do is head on over to today's coordinating blog post. I've linked it just below the video in the description notes. Leave me a comment over there along with a way for me to contact you, and I will be using random.org to help me choose a winner. I will announce the winner on Saturday, November the 5th. I will post the winner over on my blog as well as my Facebook page, and I will also email everyone who entered the giveaway and let you know who the winner is. So thanks again, good luck, and I hope to see you in my November Club Quitabug.